Hi everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates, and I have a little haul video. Actually, this isn't my haul video. I'm going to do a little project share. And I've been working on some fun things. It's not a haul video because I haven't really been able to get out and haul like I used to. I could gallivant to all the thrift stores when we lived in the city, but now I'm being forced to use a lot more of my stash, which is actually good. So you know, peeling through all my things has been really fun. It's kind of like you forget what you have. And I was thinking about gifts that I could, fold up and mail that wouldn't be too heavy. And I came up with lace holders. And so I wanted to show you what I created. First, I'll show you this stocking as a little, forgive me if it's a commercial, but it's a commercial from my Etsy shop that's called Casey Creates with Lace. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because most of the people that watch me, you all are such amazing crafters. You can make what I make 20 times over and 20 times better. So this commercial is to let you know that shop is for people who may want to purchase but don't do lace crafts and trims and things like that, but love it. So they'll have a place that they can shop. My family was getting on to me saying, well, what are you going to do with all that stuff? You should sell it. You should open an Etsy shop. And I really do think that, to make it more purposeful, if somebody really wanted it, there's a place where they can actually go buy it. So that's why I opened it, and I'm just going to keep on crafting and swapping and sharing and doing everything else along with my Etsy shop. So if you're interested, feel free to pop over. And that's that. But here's my little boho Christmas stocking that is in my Etsy shop. And I just had so much fun making this. And I had purchased this green, I'll show you the back, it shows up better, corduroy, fabric from the thrift store. It was just a remnant, and it was literally $1. And I bought it probably in the spring of last year, knowing that I would make, well, this year, but in the spring, a Christmas stocking with it. And because I dug through my stash, because I may have missed it, I'm like, oh, that's right, I want to make a stocking with that. So I think it just made the prettiest combinations of reds and greens and pinks. So this is the stocking, and it's got the maroon red Chinese trim, and then contrasted it with some bright white small cotton trim. And this is velvet, the heel and the toe. And everything that's on here came from a reclaimed article of clothing, except the braid here and the tiny trim, of course, the embellishments. But like the velvet came from a dress, and I don't know what that came from, but anyway, this is the stocking. Now this rosette, it's not blending very well in the lighting, but it is actually the same maroon as this. I think maybe because it has such a satiny sheen, it's showing off as a slightly different red. But then there's this really fun little rosette, and I put the little ribbon tag there to symbolize leaves. And these little cotton, this is one doily I cut in half, and then just added the little green flowers and more of the tiny trim on top. And then this dangle, I just had to work these magenta dangles in. This was a gifted trim that I love. Love that trim. And I also love that it has little rosebuds. Let's see if I'm going to show it to you, which goes along with the fabric. So there is, I keep getting distracted because the camera keeps showing me these little strings, which is annoying. Okay, so here's the whole stocking. And I just had a lot of fun making that in these colors. And then the next thing was this lace pocket. And the first one I made, which isn't this one, just turned out, I was so happy with it, and I went ahead and put it in my Etsy shop knowing that I was going to make another one because I really want to make these and gift these, and I was able to use colors that were just really fun. So this one, excuse me, has a lace trim that I had first avocado dyed, and then it wasn't the right pink, so I put it in more of a fuchsia color. It's still not quite where I wanted it, but it blends well. And let me show you if I can find it. What I started with was, you may find these or even own these. It's a lingerie holder, which ended up being so helpful. I bought this at a thrift haul as well, but these are those lingerie holders that have the pockets, and then at the top it has a satin clothes hanger, and you just hang it in your closet, and you can stuff your lingerie and, you know, personables in the pockets. Well, I took it and cut them in strips, and so this is enough now to make 2 more of these. So this is the back of the first one, and this is the front, and they're just pockets that you can, you know, store pretty much anything you want. You can still use it for lingerie if you want, but you can also use it for lace trims. I put loops at the bottom. You could string little lightweight scarves in there if you don't do crafting. It can hold, you know, scarves or lightweight jewelry even. Then I did the center pocket with different contrasting textures. That's why I really love this kind of crafting. You can just go crazy with all the different fabrics and trims. So this bottom piece here is rice paper. A few months back I did a little mail order where I had ordered rice paper and I hadn't used it yet. So I pulled that out and found a pretty piece that I just tore. And then over it I laid some embroidered roses that I cut off of some trim. And then this top crowning piece was from a pillow sham. And then I just added the ribbon rose and a really pretty pearl. And then on the back loop, there's one of those little chiffon rosettes with a pearl in the middle. And then this trim came off of a crocheted sweater, and I love this trim. It's nice and open and airy and vintagey looking. And then this trim has like almost a velvety, it's one of those Chinese braids, but it's kind of got a velvety touch, and I dyed that as well. You can see it better on the back, I think. It's kind of fuzzy and nice texture. So this is the lace pocket, and then at the bottom of this centerpiece there's some sari silk and more little snippets from this embroidered piece that I got off of the pillow sham. And then the 2 side pockets have printed fabric. I printed a floral print onto some pink linen and then framed it with some jacquard lace. And this trim, these little sparkly flowers, was like a square geometric trim that I was like, I'm probably never going to use, but I decided to excuse me, be fussy with it and kind of shape it more into like a loop to go under this satin rose. So these 2 pockets on each side are very similar. And then the loops on the bottom just have more of that embroidered ribbon rose. Let's see if I can show it to you correctly. Like here. And this one is slightly different, but that's okay. I kind of like that. So that's the bottom. And I made a second one that's very similar, but I didn't have any more of the embroidery work from the ribbon, the pillow sham. So the middle piece is very similar, but not exactly the same. There's the rice paper and then the embroidered roses, and on the top here I put a strip of pearls, and then my little cluster of flowers is just one of those chiffon rosettes, and one of those, I call it a bumpy bead. I just love those beads. And there's a crocheted white flower with little embroidered rosettes to pull out the blue and the jacquard, and then the two corner pieces are the same, or end pieces. The jacquard lace framing the cotton rose fabric, and they make perfect little lace holders or scarf holders or whatever you'd like to hold in them. So I'm excited. This bow is a little different too because it's lace and seam binding instead of sari silk. So those are my two lace trim pocket holders, lace holders I should say. I hope you like them. It was really fun to make these. I can't wait to make them again. I like that they fold like this. You can just, you know, nicely fold it and put it in an envelope. And it's not heavy at all. So that's what I'll be doing. And then my stocking here. So I hope you all are doing well and enjoying some time to craft. And I'll be back again with another video soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.